Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And thank you very much for coming along on this journey with me. Obviously, we have the new office setup. I'm trying to figure it all out. Yesterday's lighting was less than optimal. Thank you for the feedback and all of the tips. You guys are so awesome sending me thoughtful tips on how to do things. If you don't know, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I believe in action, so I just try to be a little bit better every day. So, got a new angle, still got to show the sign because this is your daily financial news. Now we have a sign. It actually does have a dimmer, so all of that is there for you. So, hey Sonny, how you doing? You whining? So first and foremost, we got to congratulate Chad. Chad, you did the work. Congratulations. We are going to send you your card in the mail. Again, folks, if you don't know what this is a contest that I've been running since June 1st, 2021, where if we get to 500, I am going to write a big check. Some of my experts have also agreed to write a big check. I'm going to dye my hair purple. We're going to have some fun because I want to know that one rental at a time is helping you. If you come here, I'll pick you up. Oh well, sorry about that. So as we talk about our daily financial news, I want to hear about something we haven't done before. I want to hear about your January wins. 1 second. Yes, folks, Sonny wants to say hi again, just like yesterday. I'm standing up and he doesn't know what's going on because normally I sit in my chair. So he's like, what are you doing, Dad? So again, I want to hear from your wins in January. I would love to collect 10, 15 stories about your wins in January. And I'm going to be very loose with the definition of wins. If you are proud of it, go ahead and send me a note. You can find my email on my website, One Rental at a Time. You can tag me on Instagram. I want to collect 10 wins from January. I'll do a video on it. I'll just say your first name, give a little color, congratulate you. Let's celebrate wins together. There's a lot of negativity out there. At One Rental at a Time, we're about doing the work and winning. And I'd love to hear from your wins. So let's figure out a way to do it. Get me your wins from January. I'll put together a slide deck or a story, and we'll see how this goes. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. If you happen to be a football fan, it's official. Tom Brady on Instagram has announced his retirement. Some of you right now are like, thank God it's about time. Others of you are like, darn it, thought he'd play one more year. Again, he's no longer going to be winning championships. I think he won 7 Super Bowls or something. Pretty crazy career. Good for him. First ballot Hall of Famer and all of that stuff. A couple of things that caught my attention this morning. First and foremost, New York Times. New York Times is out buying apps or technology. They bought a company that produces the word game Wordle, W-O-R-D-L-E. I have never heard of it. Let me know if you've ever played it. Apparently, New York Times is quietly building an online game empire. And look, to me, probably going to be switching up its revenue source as it goes forward. So pretty crazy stuff. ExxonMobil beat top and bottoms. It's a very earnings heavy week, folks. Not only did they beat top and bottom, they announced a $10 billion stock buyback. Yes, folks, $10 billion. They are also doing some cost cutting, which I thought was interesting, and moving their headquarters. No, folks, they are not moving from California to Texas. They're actually moving from Irving, Texas to Houston, Texas. So staying in the great state of Texas. Looks like wage growth is slowing slightly. Wage growth was up 1.4% for Q3. Still up an impressive 1.2% for the quarter or 5% for the year. But wage inflation is slowing slightly. Also, jobs are becoming slightly easier to fill. Good news if you are a business owner out there. Again, I want to stress the word slightly. I think as we get into the summertime, it will become easier to fill. Richmond Fed, folks, again, we got to listen to the Fed presidents. Each of them in this administration or this collection really has their own voice and their own opinions, and we must be careful. Fed president from Richmond, Thomas Barkin, he is out saying business community wants higher interest rates. I'm not really sure, right? I think most business owners like it when consumers can get cheap debt. Most business owners want cheap debt themselves. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. The real line that caught my attention in Thomas's speech was the faster runoff of their balance sheet. Remember, folks, the Fed has $9 trillion. It is that part of the balance sheet, or is that part of this exercise that freaks me out. He is saying that the faster runoff of their balance sheet could ease the need for rate hikes. When I hear that, I shudder. He is basically admitting we don't know what's going to happen. When we sell bonds, we will likely take less price, which means higher rate. This is, I'm a little nervous. I'm thinking 2018 Q4 on steroids. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look it up. Not good, not good. What else? Interesting, there are 7 Fed meetings. Folks, this is where we expect audience participation. Yes, you right there. Yes, you right there. Audience participation time. The Fed meets 7 times the rest of the year. How many meetings will there be a rate hike? The answer is going to be somewhere between 0. You know what? Technically, it doesn't have to be 7. Let's say 8. Let's say somewhere in there is the thoughts of a surprise rate increase. So somewhere between 0 and 8. What do you got? Leave comments below. We've already got Chester in with 5. Let's see where everybody's at. I will pull a collection together and see what people think tomorrow. Looks like the administration is out once again talking about price gouging. Businesses, the greedy businessman is price gouging. Now, I'm sure it is out there in some places, but we should be very, very nervous about price gouging talk because it is rhetoric that can lead to price controls. And folks, I've talked about price controls being an epic disaster. I've brought you evidence over the past about how just yucky, yes, folks, that's an advanced economic term, that would be for all of us. So it'd be very, very bad news. But again, it starts with, just like in the 70s, folks, we have been here before. Price controls from the 70s. We had them. They were supposed to be 90 days. They lasted 2 years. Not good. Go look it up. It is not good. Looks like China property market is struggling, and the numbers I'm about to share with you are ugly. It is fair to say, in my opinion, that China real estate is crashing. Yes, I used the crash word, not about US real estate, but China real estate. More importantly, on the daily financial news 6, 7, 8 months ago, I told you this was coming. China is facing an economic collapse. Again, I will remind you what we talked about last time. In China, most citizens' wealth is in their real estate holdings. Yes, the average person in a city owns 1.5 units. They don't have 30-year mortgages. They don't rent them out. It is just there. Now they have lost faith. They are lost the confidence. And sales dropped 39.6% in the month of December. I'm sorry, the month of January, correct me, month of January. That is a crash. Transactions down 40%. Not good, not good. That is after a decline of 35% in December. So it is getting worse, and I believe it gets worse from here. There's just no, right? Think about you around the kitchen table with your kids, and the government is doing all this nonsense. What are you going to do? Well, you are certainly not going to step up to the largest expense, right? You've seen your friends, your grandparents, your neighbors struggle. You're not going to do it. Oh, by the way, we've heard from Nike and Starbucks that people are even not spending there. It is not a good time. There is real, I believe the pain that's going on in the China economic market is not being reported because they don't want to report it. So not good. We're having a spinoff at AT&T. If you happen to own AT&T, you are about to get a 0.24 shares of Warner Media for every AT&T share you have. But unfortunately, the dividend will be slashed. The dividend was 208, will be slashed to 111. That is a pretty significant slash, but again, they are spinning off and giving you shares in a new entity. UPS reported, United Postal Service reported, the big brown trucks beat top and bottom and gave a very rosy guidance, and they increased their dividend by 49%. George Soros, of all people, is out talking about China facing a severe economic crisis with real estate. Real estate has been their growth engine. It is sputtering as buyers lose faith. Well, George, thank you for watching my channel. I brought that to you 6 or 7 months ago. Thank you for bringing it to the world's attention. FedEx suspends domestic express. Why? Well, due to staff shortage. The staff shortage, yes, folks, lots of people are getting sick, having to go out for 5, 6, 7, 10 days, and they can't keep up with the service. So again, this will come back, but it is just showing you how hard it is to run a business where people are getting sick and you can't. This is airlines and retail and restaurants and even FedEx. That is amazing. Don't know if you saw this, but the metaverse. Yes, folks, the metaverse, $500 million. $500 million. That's $500 million in real estate sales already. Anybody out there know much about the metaverse? Who is a YouTube channel that talks about the metaverse? Not some hype machine. Who could tell me about the metaverse? Because, yeah, I don't get it yet, but maybe I should. So if anybody out there has a resource that's willing to take some silly questions and walk me through the logic of why $500 million in the metaverse makes sense, I would love to hear from them. Maybe it's a great investment. I just don't get it yet. The UK housing market. The UK housing market up 11.2% last year. Inflation in the UK 5.4%. And the Bank of England has already started raising rates. Folks, rates are going up around the world. Real estate is still hot as we're exiting last year. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Again, the Fed raises rates. Debt becomes more expensive. At some point, the more expensive debt stops consumers from spending, stops businesses from borrowing, and we can contract the economy, slow it down, and ideally bring down inflation. I don't think that number is 0.25%, 0.5%. We got some work to do. I think the Fed is way behind the curve and lost its reputation. So that's what I've got for you today. We've actually got 4 guests today. We have one at 8, 9, 10, and 11. We are bringing you a lot of stuff. And just so you know, the 11 o'clock guest is Jason Hartman. Jason Hartman is a well-known YouTube channel investor in real estate. I've had him on the show before. He and I are going to talk about the Fed. I look forward to those discussions. Jason, thank you very much for coming back on the channel. And yes, I am still holding Sonny in my arm. Thank God he is light, because that was a long time with a bent arm. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Thanks again for all the coaching. I want to make sure we use the sign. We don't get reflections. Let's just have some fun. I'm having fun. I'm hoping you're having fun. Remember, send me your wins. I would love to do a video in the next 7 or 8 days talking about your wins and celebrating for you. So take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.